G'day, how are you? I know it's been a long time. My name's Steve, this is Woodworking Masterclass, and I've just got a chicken walked into the shed. There you go. It's been a long time. It's been 3 months. I didn't realise how long it was. But I've got a project I'm doing, so I thought, why not? I'll stream it. I don't think I'll finish it all today, but we'll definitely give it a shot and see how we go. I'm just making sure everything's good up there, which it appears to be. Yeah, so it's a trolley, just to move around the workshop, or you could have it in the kitchen, or you could have it wherever you feel you need an extra bit of storage. And it's an easy one to build. I'm not machining timber. I have done just a couple of little bits of joinery, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. Can I just get her? She's awfully happy. What are you doing? She's one of my new girls. Come here, darling. Oh dear. She's never been on TV before. This is a first, isn't it? Hey, look at that. She's a good girl. She's just come into the workshop to say hello, to see what all the fuss is about. When do you go and lay an egg? That'd be good. Hey? What do you reckon? Can I put you outside? Yeah, I'll just put her outside. She'll be back in, I'm sure. There you go. There she goes. Good girl. So yeah, it's been a while, as I said. Reason being, I've had a lot of stuff to do. And then Dave Stanton, she's walked back in again. Dave Stanton, who also is another YouTube woodworking channel person type from New South Wales, came up to do an interview for me for his channel. So if you want to check it out after the stream, when I get back up to the office, I'll put a link to the interview underneath. It goes for about 40 minutes. And I thought it was quite a good interview, actually. If you want to know a little bit about my background, where I came from, what ended up bringing me here, by all means look, and subscribe to Dave's channel too. Now, I'm just seeing if I should be live here. I'm just seeing if I am. Yes, there we go. I'm doing a DIY rock station. That's meant to be a workstation, so I'll change that when we get out. Now, let me see if I can get chat up here. That will be good. I don't need to listen to myself because I'm there. There we go. Now, have I got any messages? Chat. How do I get chat? Wait a minute. It'll work with me soon. There we go. Oh. T-Bone! G'day, Daryl! How are you, mate? Hey, how did your concert go? I saw you had a concert a little while ago. I hope it went well. I'll be with you in a minute. I've just got to work this out, and then I'll be... Oh, for goodness sakes. Oh, don't you love technology? No, go away. Wait a minute, I'll be with you soon. How do you get chat out of this thing? Live chat. We've got it. Publicly chat. Now, if I go this way, is it going to... It's not going to come out. So I'll hold it this way. Live chat. There we go. Okay, I'm in there. Tell those crooks to have a Coke and smile and relax. That's true. Michael, g'day, mate. How are you? Curtis, hi from West Texas. Well, g'day from Brisbane, Australia. All right, so this is really a DIY project, and I'm still drinking iced coffee. And that was nice. And I don't have an apron on, but look at that, I've got a nail bag on. I should weigh it. I think it weighs about 10 kilos. So most of this I'm going to switch around and be using that camera there because I'm going to be working on this side of the bench. And we will give it a shot and see what transpires. Now you could use any timber for this. I'm using Japanese cedar. Looks like pine, but it's definitely not pine. It's much nicer than pine. More durable as well. So hang on, we'll move this. And this trolley is about 1.5 meters long. It'll be Just under 700 high, and it's about 400 deep. And it'll be on casters, and it's got shelves so you can roll it around. So let's get started. And you can do this in any order you like. It doesn't really matter. What am I going to do? I might do this one first. Alright, I'm going to do this one. And that one. So what I'm going to do first is make the back corner. So we're going to have a base and then a back, and then when I've done the base I'll turn it upside down. We'll build the entire base just using screws and bracing, put 4 casters on it, turn it over, and then we can start building the back. Then we put the sides on it and we'll see how we go. Where is a trusty drill? I'm using a drill and a screwdriver gun because it's quick. And make sure I've got some battery there, which I do, which is good. T-Bone, New Orleans Jazz Festival, it was great. Rolling Stones played, but thankfully not the same day. 80-year-old Mick Jagger was rocking it. 80 years old. Dear, I'm 70 and I don't think I could do half the stuff he does. Okay, here we go. Oh, so this is a nice little clamp. It's a corner clamp, which you don't use very often, but if you got them, they're quite nice to have, especially in situations like this. Get in there, there we go. That's not going to, or is it? There we go. That can go there like that. And that can go there like that. And they just tighten up and hold it square, which is good. If I go there, you might be able to see what I'm doing there. So I'll flip cameras, and there you go. This keeps them nice and square if you can get it up to each other. And then this is bowing a bit, so I'm going to knock it in and just clamp it up. Don't need the keyboard there, I'll put it somewhere else. And I want it flush on the back if I can. There you go. So this is basically the start of it. And once you've got this right, then the rest of it really is a piece of cake. So that's all square, it's all flush, it's all flat. This is going to be the base, and this is going to be the back. So what we'll do, I don't know, I might be able to screw that from here so you can see that. Let's see. Oh! There you go. Oops, that's good. Okay, this is 25mm thick timber, so I'm going 50mm screws. Give it a good hold. Could use 65 if you want. And just put as many as you think you need. On the end bits, I always pre-drill so you don't split the timber. When you're going in the middle of the board, it doesn't really matter because you're not going to split that timber. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we do 2 more, do another one there and one on the end, and then we're ready to build it. It's the sort of thing, if you think you're going to make some jigs up, it makes it a lot easier when you're doing, even 2 or 3 of them, then you don't have to think because you know what the spacing is. Okay, now I can take these clamps off and this clamp off and these off. And there you go. So that's the start of it. This is the bottom and the back is drilled into the bottom. So first of all, I'm going to finish the base. For that, we'll spin it around. Jared, g'day mate. Mate, it has been a long time. Oh, thanks. Yeah, look, Jared just mentioned that interview again. I'll put a link when I get back up to the office in the description and you can have a look. It was a really great day. I enjoyed myself immensely, and Dave's a nice bloke. I've never met him before. We'd spoken on the phone a couple of times, and then he said, could I do an interview? I was like, oh yeah, right. So he came up and he did another one with another woodworking, well, friend of both of ours, I guess, Stanton, who is in New South Wales. He's also a pretty good musician, so keep your eye open for that interview as well, if Dave hasn't already put it up. And people, it was funny, after I did that interview and it went to air, because Dave rang me up and he said, oh, just check it, make sure you're happy with it. I said, yeah, okay. And then he rang me up and said, have you checked? I said, no, not yet. I'm building a quiver for my grandson because I don't know if you caught up, but I'm doing a lot of archery now. And so he rang me 2 hours later. Have you checked it? No, still building a quiver. 2 hours up there. Still, no. Anyway, at about, 6:30 at night, I sat down and watched it and I thought, that's really nice. And I rang him back and he said, right, it's live. And I got a lot of emails and a lot of messages on Messenger about it, which I'm very thankful for. And if you sent me an email, the reason I haven't answered it is I have got email problems at the moment. I can receive emails, but I can't send them. And another thing this morning, my laptop that I get emails on died. So not only can't I receive them, send them, I can get them on the phone, I can get them on the tablet, but I can't send them. So thank you all, and if I get it up and running again, I will answer them. And that's gone a bit wonky doodah. Where are we? Here we go. Oh, don't you love technology? It's just so much fun. A workstation. I said that's a rock station. I'll change it. Gonna give me a hard time. Now Windows wants something. Go away, I'm not interested in you. Learn more. No, remind me later. I'm not interested. Go away. Okay, so let's change cameras. And I'm going to have my back to you. but you should be able to see what I'm doing. So this is the back. I mean, sorry, this is the floor, the base, if you will. And it's 3 boards thick. And I might just knock the edge off those with a plane. So to do that, I can face you. Let's go that way. Actually, that one's alright. This has got a sharp edge there. I'll just take off. It really doesn't matter which way I go. What will I use? Oh, I'll use this one. The advantage I see of not gluing this is down the track, if you want to use the timber again, you can, because it's not glued. If you want to make it bigger, you want to make it smaller, you can. It's not glued, it's only screwed. So worst case scenario is you're going to have, excuse my back, a few screw holes in there, and that's that. All right. So now, Vince, yeah, thank you, Vince. Hang on, let me go. I'll go this way. I don't know if you saw it, Vince, but the reason I haven't answered your email, thank you, was I can't send emails, and my laptop crashed this morning, so I can't even get into my emails. But I'm trying to get a new email program up and running, and when I do, I'll say thank you. But I'm pleased you enjoyed it, mate. I'm pleased you enjoyed it. Derek! Oh, there everyone, I should ring Dave up and say, mate, everyone saw the interview. There you go. All right. Let's get back to what I was doing. Now, where was I? Oh, this one here. There you go. Okay. So to make this nice and tight, what I'm doing is just I'm smoothing, lining up these edges here, then just clamping them together. So they are tight. Sticking up a little bit there. So all you need to do is just get a mallet and just give it a bit of encouragement to sit flat, which it is. And then get some measurements, whatever this is. Dear. Okay, 1450, so 725. Near enough, close enough for me. 725 is about there. So we'll put a mark there. Whoops. And there's some cleats. These look like cleats. They will do. What I'm going to do is come in an inch from this end. And put a cleat. And an inch from the other end. And have a cleat. And measure between the two. which is 1270. So we measure in between where I'll put that line. So that's 630 to there. What are we doing? So if I go 630, I go about 400, I think. No, 380. 380. How will that look? This is it. It's not rocket science. It's just whatever looks reasonable. That looks reasonable. All right. So I'm looking for a big square just over here. Just line that up. Make sure it's square. Boom, 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 boom. Now, because this is 25mm and the timber I'm using is 25mm, I'm using 40mm screws, and what I'll do is just do a pilot hole on both ends. Check, make sure it's square. Now that's not going to crack. And because I've got this clamped, it's nice and tightly together. So measure off from there to there. It's 380 is close enough. 390. Well. Okay, go 390 there. That looks pretty good. There's nothing hard about this at all. But gee whiz, they're really handy. And you'll see why I don't put one in the middle soon. Okay, so now I can just put screws in here. Oh, you gotta love screwdriver guns, you really do. Whoops. I normally have a shorter tip in these, but you work with what you've got. Okie dokie. Set of caster wheels. These have got brakes on 2 of them and just straight casters on these. So I'll just move that and I'll move that and that. And where's my jig? My thingamajig. There we go. Mark where these are to go. So for this, I line the edge of this up to the edge of the thing. This is the back one. So it'll go there. This is the front one. So that will go there. fact, I'm just going to do one line there for the back one, and you will see for why. Let me get around to doing it. So that's the front, that's the back. The ones with the brakes go at the front. And I'll show you why later on when we fit those. So now we can put these other bits in. Come in 1 inch on the edge. Drill a couple of holes. 40mm screws again. Put one in. Check for square. Oh look, I guess it doesn't really matter if it's not square, but it's just a good habit to get into and make sure things are squared, because then if you're doing something that's a little bit more important, you will remember. Now the reason I didn't put these on before I marked where the casters go is because the jig won't work with these on. Ooh, that went into a big knot. Ah. Boom, ba, ba, boom. So I said before, by not gluing, I can still use this timber, whereas if it's all glued up, yeah, sure you can use it, but it's a bit of a nuisance having to rip saw it all and clean all the edges up. Okay, so here we have the base. Ow! That's my finger. Now we've got to put it back on. So we turn it around like that. And basically do the same. And then I'm going to need all my bench for this. I'll just move all this stuff off. Oh, give me chat back. There we go. Okay, I'm back there. G'day, Roy. How are you, mate? All right. Yeah, YouTube's banging a few ads on now. There's a lot of stuff I've been watching, not related to woodwork. And yeah, oh crikey, they bung some ads on, that's for sure. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? I really want that one falling off. Okay. Oh, big truck with a big set of air brakes. Now I want this back to be 640 long. So I'm just going to measure it from the bottom of the back, which is the top of the bottom, if you like. That's 700, I want it 640, so I'm going to have to take whatever that is. What did I say? 640. Alright. Now bear with me, I will just go over to the saw, cut that, and I'll quickly throw it over the router, but I might be able to spin this up so you can see what I'm doing. Let me see. You go, which way are we going? No, wrong way. That way. Let me see what I'm doing there. It's been that long I've forgotten all the shots. There you go. That should do it, I think. If I'm over here, can you see what I'm doing here? No, you can't. Oh. Okay, let's go that way. Can you see that? Oh, sort of. All right, that'll do. So I'm just going to rip one of these down, and then I'll put a rounded edge on it, and we will be back in business. And you can have this any height you like. For me, this is the height I want. Now I've got a sharp edge on that, so I'm just going to take that off on a round and we'll put a little round over on it. Okay, now it's got a round over, it looks nicer. Put that there, build that up. line all those up so they're nice and parallel and in line with each other. Boom, boom. Okay, put a bit of pressure on that. And a bit of pressure on this. Boom, 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 boom. Get them all nice and flat again. You can just do that with your hand. Okay. Now, what do I want? I want from there 630. Yeah, I think that'll do. Oh, 640. Yeah, okay, we go 640. These are 140 wide, so if I rip them up the middle I'm not going to get to 70s because I'm going to lose the saw curve. So I'll set the saw up at 65 and then we'll rip those at 65 or thereabouts. Doesn't matter, it's not rocket science. Oh dear. And the same thing, I'll put a router and edge on these as well, just so they look nice. Okay, what I did with that when I rounded them, I only rounded the top, so that's sharp there, and I rounded one end, not the other end, and you'll see why in a tick. Now the reason I didn't round at the bottom was because it's going to go down like that, and doesn't matter if it's rounded or flat. It sits there, and this one I routed both ends, and you'll see why in a minute. Okay, so now these marks that I made here for the casters to sit, I can bring those up. To there, and bring this one up to there. That can go then right down level with the bottom there. The reason for that will become apparent very soon, and you'll also see why I didn't put a curve on it. Where's my drills gone? Let me just have a look see here. Dreadnought! G'day, Dreadnought! Yeah, I know I'm gonna have to finish it. Why didn't you see what I was doing? Doesn't matter. Oh, in that case, I'll show you again because I was looking at that camera but it wasn't working. Okay. This one here, I've got a straight edge, it's a sharp edge, but I routed over this edge because that's the one that's going to be sitting up and you'll feel it. Because this has got a straight edge on it, it doesn't matter because it's going against that job. And here I rounded over the top, but I didn't round over the bottom. On this one, I rounded over the top and the bottom. And you'll see why very, very soon. I hope that explains what I did when I was on the other camera. Okay, let's go. All right. We're back onto this one. Oh dear, oh dear. Did you end up making the new TV show series you were talking about? No, but I still want to do it. I got given the most gorgeous, I don't know what else over there, slab of Norfolk pine a month or so ago, and I'm going to make a harp out of that. And my fusion harp, I'm going to do that. So there's going to be a couple of, at least one TV series possibly two. I wish that truck would go away. So in answer to your question, no I haven't, but I'm working on it. Send him an invoice, Vince. Kill Cause of Desert Woodworking and Mega Shop. What are we making? A workstation, not a rock station, as it says in the description. Just a mobile workstation that you can roll around the shop, or you can use as storage or whatever. It's very easy, there's very little joinery in it and no glue, it's all screwed together. Hey, have you been gone a long time, or is YouTube telling me about you? Oh no, I've been gone for a long time. Couple of months, 3 months actually when I looked since my last video, so I'm being slack, Dreadnought. Oh dear. Title needs fixing, I know. I shall do it now. I'm not going to do it whilst I'm streaming because it'll all get confabulated and I'll get confused. So, this is where we're up to. Alright, let's go and fit these struts at the back. Let's change camera here. There we go. Now, I've extended this line where I put the jig for the caster to go, and this butts up to that. So, first things first, we'll do, anytime you're doing screws on the end of timber, you really are better off pre-drilling. Once you're a couple of inches into the timber, not so much. Now, because this is going into a wider board, I'm going to use a 50mm screw. square it. Wherever I put that square. Where did I put the square? It is. Oh dear. So I'll just move that up. Move that in there. Put that up against there and bring that around. So now let's square to that. Which is pretty darn good. Leverage up the top. Pilot hole. Now this is going into 25mm timber, so I'm using a 40mm screw so it doesn't go in, and it allows a little bit of countersink. You could use 45mm screws, but if you countersink a little bit too much, you may be in trouble. Okie dokie. Mil when I'm going into a wide board. It's good if you can get your pouches worked out. I've got 40mm there, 25mm there, 50mm there and 35mm there. And providing no one changes it, I should be okay. Okay. So 40mm in the top. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. And the middle. For this, I've marked the middle before on the base, if you remember. So I'm going to go right down close enough to the middle here. To there, to there. And we'll put one in. Oh, have you ever noticed that? When you put screws in your mouth, your fillings have a nasty reaction. Yuck. Okay. That goes to there. That's right. So I can put another one in here. And we'll put one in the top. I think there's just about 200 screws go into this. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, well, I'll screw it from the other side. There you go. We'll change camera angles. Just for something different. Boom, boom, boom. Ah, Dobie, wow, I haven't seen you live forever. Now I'm starting to feel guilty. Easy is good. I think it's good. Made one of those. I have to send you some photos sometime. Do it. You're looking good. I'm really feeling good actually. I'm doing a lot of stuff. I really want to get back into musical instruments, which I shall be doing soon. I think we'll put this one here. And I'll just turn me down because I don't need to listen to me. I know what I sound like. There we go. Yeah, I've got a lyre here that I want to finish. I've got the skins out on the thickness that have been machined up. These are a couple of quivers that I've made for my grandson. I've got one myself, but I've changed now. I actually have a leather pouch on the back of my belt, which I find is easier, and the arrows tend not to fall out, which is a good thing. Gee, I hope these are 40s. I think they are. And yes, some harps I want to get into. I think I needed a break. I've been doing YouTube for 11 years. And it was just one of those things. But I've got to say, when Dave Stanton came around and did that interview, it sort of tweaked my interest again. So that's it. Oh, is this going to split or not? You could use less screws if you wanted to, but honestly I would prefer to use too many screws and guarantee it's not going to fall apart than skimp a couple of screws and have the job fail. What's that old saying about the loss of the war because of a nail? Something about there was a charging horse or something and it threw a nail, threw a horseshoe, and it was all very sad. Anyway, so I would prefer to over-engineer than under-engineer. Whoops. Oh, last one to go. I used to buy screws, you know, those little packets of 50. Nah, not anymore. I buy the 1,000. Whoops. Whoa. Another smaller one there. Oh. There we go. As long as it's too long. That's nicer. Okay. Let me just clean that up. So we don't get splinters. Alright, so now I can take these off. And we will swish this around. So now this is the base and the back's down here. And we'll get these things here. Now the reason I had these flat at the bottom, let me see if we can make that look a little bit better. There you go. Okay, the reason I had these flat at the bottom, this is the back. The ones with the brakes go to the front, these go to the back, is because I want that wheel to be further back than the cabinet, you'll find this isn't quite as big a problem. But if you've got anything narrower and the caster is underneath the base and it's tall, it will tip over very, very easily. Whereas here, I can bring that out and mount that outside of the cabinet because it's on that back strut, and you will find it will be far more stable. I'm just using stitching screws to put this in. And they seem to work just fine. I love the slots they give you because it allows you to be out a little bit. There we go. There's things to consider when you're using these casters, and it might take you a couple of goes to work it out, but it has to be, let's see if we can do it there. Yeah, it's got to be able to clear these struts on the side, so that there, that can spin around and it won't touch. If I move that further in, that brake would stop it from acting like a caster, which is not ideal. So that's why it's a good idea if you can get a jig sort of worked out. And I'll go up to the edge of that. I mean, these would be good in the kitchen if you wanted to make something quick as a little workbench or something in the kitchen, or a butcher's block. A load on there of screws here. What? There you go, I've got a jig and I didn't use it. That's got to go up to that line. That's why I drew the line there. So it's got to go in there. There we go. That's better. Keep that nice and square on that line. Get it as square as you can. If it's a little out of square, it really won't make that much difference to the caster. Okie dokie. So now we have the carcass of what we're doing. Brenda, did you just sneak in? Let me change cameras. Oh, there you go. Da-dum-ba-dum. Hey Nathaniel, how are you? Look, I'm streaming. Nathaniel's been on me for a while. When are you going to stream? Well, there you go, I'm doing it now. And it's all down to Dave Stanton. Oh, thanks, Jeff. Yes, very much above the grass. Thank you very much. Well, I hope I'm better than the news. Yeah, it's a bit disastrous watching the news, isn't it? G'day, Brenda. Okie dokie. So, now, this is the makings of the bench. If I bring this up here, there you go. Next thing I've got to do is, bang crash wallet. How long have I been streaming for? Let me have a look, see. Doesn't tell me. Oh, that's handy. Oh, there you go. An hour. Well, I only wanted to do an hour. So that's it. So what I'll do on the next stream, which will possibly be tomorrow morning, I shall walk in front of it so you can see me. I'll put the sides on it, then we'll make some shelves up, and then a divider in the middle, and we'll see how much further we can get. But as you can see, it's a pretty easy construction. All you got to do is make sure your timber's all the same length. If you're buying it from a box store, it's going to be the same width. This, as I said, is 25mm Japanese cedar, but you can just as easily do it with 19mm or 3/4 inch pine. And well, we haven't done any joinery work so far. There is a little bit in the next bit that I'm going to do, but it's not essential. I only do it for aesthetics more than anything else. You don't need to do it. And no glue. So I think that's going to be it for me, I think, at the moment. But hey, it's nice to be back. And thank you all for your kind messages and emails and concerns. Someone actually, I don't know if it was you, Jim, someone wrote, "Are you still alive?" It was a couple of months ago. Yes, I am very much still alive. And I thank you for your patience. I thank you for your company. And also the care I feel around the world. It's very humbling, I guess, when you get people like that. And thanks, Dave, also for coming up and doing the video and ignited the flame again. So I'll put a link downstairs or in the description of Dave's interview if you want to check it out. Give me about half an hour. What's the time now? 2 o'clock, so yeah, I should have it done by 2:30. And I will look forward to catching you later. Let me just see if there's any last bits of chat. Oh! This is good, I like this. Remember when you didn't have battery powered drive? Oh, look, I've got, where are we? I've still got them. Oh no, they're up the other shed. I've got the old, oh, there you go. I've got the Yankee screwdrivers, but they're up the other shed. But I do still have a bracing bit, which I use. But that's got nothing to do with screwdrivers. I was getting confused. It happens. See you next time. See you, Jared. Thanks, Vince. Yeah, no, look forward to catching up with everyone soon. So tomorrow I'll do another stream, maybe another hour, and we'll see how much further down the track we get with this. But I know it's been a long time. So in the meantime, this is me, if I can remember my sign-off tag. This is Steve, pulling the shed door down saying, remember to keep it sharp. More importantly, keep it safe, look after yourself, be kind to each other. And I look forward to having your company in the workshop again very, very soon. Till then, look after yourself. God bless. Bye for now. Now I've got to find ATM Mini so I can fade out and make it look all professional.